making several waves. I know the mission is same. I made a splash, now all of my passes last like running a race with Usain. I keep it coming like this is a buffet. And if I'm stumbling, I'm in the graves. Never gon' fumble it. I get the bag and I run with it, gunning it, gunning it, gunning it, gunning it. Murray with the legs on the low legs. I ain't not impressed. I don't need a rash coming in with blast, then you see the flash. Elohim with the melody and then he supply the breath.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode, and today I am gonna go check a car that I got at another shop, getting some titanium stuff done for a turbo kit. Customer wanted to get all the cold side exhaust and stuff like that in titanium. I don't weld titanium, so I got another shop doing it for me. So it's time to go check out the progress. I think he said this weekend it's gonna be done. So we're gonna go check progress and see how everything looks in person, and maybe when we can pick the car. I don't know. So let's go check it out. This guy's over there taking a nap on the job. Look at him. He's taking a nap on the job. So I've been clearing up all this stuff. I've been playing with the damn tractor. I got shit burning, as you can see. Slowly getting it leveled because it was, or it is, very, very unleveled, as you can see. Also, we got a new driveway, guys. Now we can do maybe like a 200-foot hit. Let's go ahead and head over to Cypress. It's on the other side of town. It's about an hour away. And let's go check the progress on that Camaro. Hopefully by the end of this week, I can go and probably pick the car up. So I am really, really relying on that. I really want to get that car back so I can proceed to do the transmission, the wiring, the plumbing, and just about everything else that goes with it. You don't really realize how big Houston is until you have to drive from one end of town to the other side of town. So I've been driving for an hour. It's like 65 miles from my place, which is, I'm on the east side of Houston, which is Dayton area, and I have to drive to Cypress, which is on the west side of Houston. Here we are. We're a couple blocks away, I think, or 5 minutes or something like that. Let's see what they got going on here. See if the car is almost finished or not. I got the bumper outside. I know they were cutting it, and they're cutting the holes in the front, or one of them, and just making it all fit. All right, guys, so we're here, and the motor is already on the car. This car here, the motor didn't really sit like it should because there's a bar on the K-member, obviously, and well, the oil pan is real big, so the motor was actually sitting on that bar, and it couldn't go down far enough to be able to attach the motor plate where it needed to go. So the bar had to be cut, modification had to be done, and then actually set the motor in place, set the transmission in place, and actually line the drive line correctly to where it needs to go. So once that hurdle was passed, well, then now comes the fabrication. And as you can see, you know, we've got both turbos in the front of the car, and they're angled in a little bit. And the hot side, of course, it's stainless, you know, the headers to the turbo itself, but the cold side is all titanium. And then obviously the exhaust side coming out of the hood for each side is also going to be titanium. So they're working on that right now. They do have the centerpiece, which is the Y, that's going to connect both discharged into the throttle body done, which it's kind of tight, time consuming, but they got it done. Now they just need to go ahead and put it on there and actually finish welding all that stuff. They got all the pies for the exhaust from both sides, so that's getting done. They're getting all that stuff welded on so we can have the exhaust coming out to the side. You can kind of see already one of them. It's already done. And then it needs the other piece, which is going to be a straight piece, and then it's going to have a teardrop on the end. The wastegates are going to come out, and then it's going to follow the exhaust as well, also in titanium. And then obviously all the front stuff, well, it's just a clip. All that stuff goes back together pretty quick, and just, you know, pretty normal. So as far as the turbo kit, we're hoping next week. So that's the plan that we're shooting for. All the turbo kit done, the exhaust side done, all the titanium done, That way I can get this car picked up and then take it back to the shop, and then I have to completely wire the whole car and plumb the whole car so we can start getting this thing ready, because we promised this car to the customer end of September, and well, I don't want to miss my deadline. But it's still a lot of work to be done, and building a whole race car, it's not something you do in a couple of weeks, but you know, you try, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to have this car done by the deadline that we promised the customer, and see how it goes. So hopefully, you know, like I said, we pick the car up next week, and then we get everything done on our end to plumbing and stuff, and then hopefully sometime next month we can have this car maybe on the dyno, putting a base tune on it before we actually go to the racetrack. Hopefully we can pick the car up maybe next week. We talked about it last time, and we were hoping for the car to be done this week, but obviously it's not going to be done this week. It's still got some more titanium that they got to weld and stuff like that, and I know it's a little bit time consuming as far as the titanium goes. I don't weld titanium, but I do know that it is time consuming. So we're gonna go ahead and wait. I think next week he said that he should have the car ready, that way we can come back, bring it back to the shop, and then completely wire it, plumb it, and do the final assembly, and some more add-on stuff, the seat, the parachute, and just a couple little things here and there. But for the most part, the whole turbo kit and the motor, transmission, and everything will be basically installed in place where it needs to go, and then we go from there. I still got to pull the transmission back out and do the flex plate, do the converter, put a shifter on it and stuff like that. But for the most part, it will be a badass car once it's done. This thing already got dynoed over at Steve Morris, and it does make a bunch of power. I think it made over 3,000 horsepower, 45, 50 pounds of boost or something like that. That's what they dynoed it over at Steve Morris. You know, Steve Morris makes really, really badass engines. So this is one of his whole combinations. Billet block, billet heads, the whole 9 yards. It is one badass piece. We're gonna head back to the shop, go back down on to the east side of town, and basically get my ass back to work. See you in a bit. So I got some diesel, and I've been burning some sticks and old trees and whatnot, kind of getting the yard cleaned up a little bit on the other side, and then back to work on the Mamalona. I'm gonna probably get to finish wiring, because I've already got it started. Finish wiring on that 4x4 truck that I got there. So I've got the computer mounted, I've got the wires all ran, just need to finish up doing all the connections and everything. If you remember correctly, it is the white 4x4 twin turbo truck that I got here in the shop. So that one's getting pretty close to getting fired up. So all the turbo kit and everything's done. Transmission, fuel system's done. Everything except the wiring and a couple other miscellaneous parts that I need to finish up, and then we'll be able to fire that bad boy up. I'm gonna go make a fire and then get back to work on it. So I've been cleaning up all this area. This is where Biscuit hangs around, and it was full of trash because whenever the storm had a lot of shit from the trees, everything was in the floor. So I've been cleaning up lately so I can have this area nice and clean, everything around the trees. So I bought this badass attachment for the tractor. It's like a big old rake, basically. And man, it helps out a lot. Look at all that. You can tell. It drags pretty badass. And that's all the shit that was in between, just laying on top. If you don't have that attachment, it's real hard to get all that stuff. Especially if you're gonna just pick up some sticks. Look at these two fools. Especially if you're just gonna pick up some sticks and stuff like that, it's really, really hard. So with that, old Harbor Freight special, Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply special. If you remember correctly on some of my older videos, I had an issue with my neighbor. He would call the sheriff's department. He would complain about a car being loud or whatever the case is, but we're out in the country anyway, so people make all kinds of noises out here. This is where he used to live. Obviously, he didn't have none of this stuff, so he had a mess. I went ahead and told him one day that I would buy his property, and well, so he sold it to me. So I bought the property. Shop's back there. My other house is back there. And then so I bought this property here, which is right on the corner. So then I added the carport, painted the house, same as the shop, same as my other house. Took the fence down in between, whatnot. And then now we've added all this driveway, the entrances, as you can see, the rest of the fence, all the way around. And then we secluded all this area here because it's still full of trees and stuff like that. So for that guy that's over there eating away, I put Biscuit in here. Biscuit's my horse. I put Biscuit in here, and this motherfucker ate all the grass. But once I get all this stuff burned out, then I'll run the rake from one end to the other and try to get this area leveled out as much as possible and as smooth as possible. And then I can go ahead and proceed to go ahead and cut whatever trees I don't like and leave only the big trees that actually look good. I went to go look at that car, and it seems like we may have the car sometime next week. Hopefully later on, when the sun kind of goes down, I'm going to go back inside the shop to keep on going on the white truck, which I am actually doing all the Holley wiring and basically get it ready for the day that we're almost about to fire it up, which I got to finish up all that wiring. So that's what we're going to be doing today. 99 degrees. It is a little warm. So we're coming over to HMP right now. My boyfriend called me up. He said he wanted to come and test his truck. So we are here. Dean seems to put a new timing system. Holy shit. The whole sign came off. Look at it. See, I hadn't been here. The thing fell, the sign fell.
Oh, wow.
Damn, everything looks different around here. Look, the whole sign fell. Holy shit. So yeah, my boy Frank wants to test this truck. And it is really hot. It's 99, 100 degrees right now, but here we are. We're gonna go ahead and, you know, he's got an itch. He's got an itch. I mean, it's normal, you know, so he definitely wants to go fast, and we're here at HMP, and it's definitely the place to go fast. So we'll see you guys in a bit. Let me go ahead and pay this lady, and we'll make some shakedowns in just a bit. The last time that Frank drove his truck at the racetrack, I think it was like a year and a half ago, give or take. So it's actually been a while. But obviously, you know, he took his truck apart to get painted, and then obviously they did the roll cage, just a bunch of other little stuff, miscellaneous here and there. And it sat in his garage for at least a year. But if you remember on one of the old videos that we actually took the truck over to Evadale and we were going to test it, it's after they had done the cage and they had taken all the wires out and the computer and everything. So obviously they didn't put it back the way it was. And the truck didn't have a reverse, didn't have the trans brake working, and just didn't have, a lot of the wires were just basically cut up and all that kind of stuff. So not long ago, Frank hit me up. He said he wanted to get his truck rewired, so they took it over to the shop. I completely stripped it down, got the truck rewired completely, put a carpet in it, put all the panels back inside the truck because it really didn't have no panels. Put all the panels, and basically just got the truck back again working how it should. So since that, he took it out for a spin. I drove it from Dayton over to his shop, which is a good 45-minute drive, give or take, an hour drive, and drove good, no issues whatsoever. And then he took it for one of his vlogs as well. But here we are, and well, he's got the itch. He wants to go down the racetrack. We know it's super hot right now, but we're gonna go ahead and put a good tune-up in it and just get him to go down the racetrack, and hopefully we go back again the same number which we left off last time, which I think it was like a 530. Now I don't know if it's gonna go back again a 530 since we're really not changing a whole bunch of stuff, but for the most part we will try to get there, even if it slows down a little bit because of the heat, which for those of you who don't know, the heat does kill ET. Obviously it kills some horsepower. That's the reason why whenever it's cold they automatically run faster, because the engine produces more power automatically. So cold weather, go fast weather. Hot weather, it's basically put it in the garage weather. And whenever they get here, we'll get the truck just kind of once over, checked over, and then we'll start making some laps once the sun kind of goes down. We don't want to melt ourselves while we're at the racetrack, but we'll see when it cools down a little bit, and try to make some fast passes.
It's been a long time coming. They ain't cuffing my cloth, they tugging it. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. They ain't cuffing my cloth, they tugging it. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Yeah, who don't play, 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 play. Who don't play, 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 play. Who don't play.
Oh, this fucking filter is really fucking good. That motherfucker here. Can you clean that?
Yeah, the filter is real stocked up.
Looks good, but it's stocked up. Puro 85, ¿sabes? Tastes like the 85 on. Nah, I'm just kidding. The pump started to sound real loud. The fuel pump. And come to find out, the filters are, well, they're a little plugged up. So they got 10 microns, so we need to get 100 microns. So I'm going to take them off for now. The fuel is clean, so he always runs clean fuel anyway out of the barrel. So it's not like we're running off the pump that it might have some trash. So we know for a fact that the fuel's clean. We know that these two are dirty. So we will just take them off for today to be fine. I don't recommend you doing that, but if you're at the racetrack and if your filters are plugged up, take them off. It'll get you through whatever it is that you're doing. And then once you take it back to the shop, well, then you can replace and put brand new filters on them. But for now, we're going to go ahead and take them off. What it was doing was trying you got fuel back in mind, but you don't have enough fuel, so starting to get a little better. The sun's already going down. It ain't as hot. It's muggy, but it ain't as hot. The unit that I got on this thing is definitely the very last time we ran it, so just to be safe, I'm going to go ahead and pull some power out, make it down the racetrack, and then I can always put the power back in. That way, if the track is still not there, well, we don't have any wasted runs when the truck spins or anything like that. We'll just kind of tone it down a little bit, make it go down the racetrack, and then we'll come back and make some changes after that. Definitely the fuel pump is okay. The filters were plugged up, so I took them both out And well, once they get it back to the shop, you can always order the correct ones, put them back in, and then everything will be okay. It'll have a filter, a pre and a post, which is one before and one after the pump. But for now, here in the racetrack, we'll be fine. No big deal. I've ran some of my stuff with no filters whenever I've had an issue like that with the fuel pump making noise, or they're plugged up, or stuff like that. So in this case, we will be okay. We're gonna make a first shakedown. Turn it down, and see what it does. Good first pass. I did turn it down some. I did take the parachute thing away because we was only going to do a 330 hit, but I guess he forgot, and he went all the way to 8th mile anyway, which is still fine. But I told him, I said, just in case, go ahead and start getting used to pulling the chute. That way, if in case you need to use it, well, muscle memory, and you can go ahead and pull it, and no big deal. So let's go see what it did.
Really? And that's what only Matthew, you left like with 8.
No, that's about what it's going to be. The second pass. Made a little bit of changes, so we turned it up a little bit more, and let's hope that it goes down. A couple cars that spun. I'm driving another car, and we spun, and one truck that was about to go down also spun, so let's see. But the truck felt really good earlier, so maybe it was just trying to apply too much power. We'll see how this one goes. Should be pretty nice and smooth, and try to see if we can get back to the same numbers we got last time, and then go even faster from there. We'll see. All right, well, I need to tone the bump down. It's a little too aggressive. So what it does, it upsets the rear tires whenever it bumps in real hard. And, well, it can cause it to spin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn it down, the bump, and then obviously put some more power back into it. But I asked him earlier, I said, you need me to tone the bump down? He said, no, it's fine. But, I mean, looking at it, yes, it does need to be toned down. That way, it actually bumps in nice and smooth, and it doesn't do anything crazy whenever he lets go of the bump. Third pass on Frank's truck, make some small changes, and tone the bump down. His foot slipped on the throttle because he was reaching for the parachute, so he kind of let off of it, about half track. So this time he's going to try to stay in the throttle, but the seat's real far back, so the seat needs to be adjusted. He can't reach it very well, so he's going to try to put his foot through the floorboard, and then be able to pull the parachute at the same time while making a decided last minute to prep it.
In that guy, in that Honda out there at the National,
Where?
first 4-cylinder, the brake almost, he did break 200 miles per hour.
Oh,
in a Grand Prix at that.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, I didn't.
well, I have to show you when you come back up, but yeah, it's a 4-cylinder in the Grand
That's
Prix.
what you need. So, third pass. We started off on the left and, well, might have missed it a little bit, so we had to move over to the right after some checking. And we left good on the right. But he left a little early, but overall, it was a good pass. But he forgot to pull the chute. So, but he's just still getting used to it. He never had a parachute before, so obviously, you know, doing the whole driving and then the parachute and this and that, it's just one of the things that goes one with the other. So, a little bit more seat time, you'll be fine. You'll definitely get the hang of it, and you know, by the time we know it, he'll be pulling the chute at the 330. Truck ran great. For being sitting, for the last time that he actually ran it was about a year and a half ago. Obviously the truck did pretty good. So the truck got rewired, the truck got painted, the truck got a cage, and just a bunch of stuff in between. And today was the first time that we actually bring the truck out and actually race it down the racetrack. And it didn't go as fast as it did before, but it was pretty close. Being that it's real hot and Frank's a little rusty behind the wheel on it, but you know, all that'll get better. So I think they're gonna want to go ahead and come out a little more often, just because cold weather is just about maybe around the corner. We're about maybe 2 months away, so they're definitely gonna go ahead and start racing more often. And I'm sure now that the truck works really well, I'm sure that he's gonna want to come out more often and actually enjoy the truck. That's it for today. We're gonna go ahead and load up ourselves and get the heck out of here. And y'all stay tuned for the next video, and I hope you like this one. Comment down below. Let us what you think. Let us know what you think about Frank's truck. I think it's a badass truck. Good or bad comment. Let us know.
Don't see it like I used to see it, babe.
No,
Oops.
I didn't get it on video, so yeah, nobody saw that.
Well, I didn't see it.
Most definitely you didn't see it.
So I ran over the barricade. Oops. I put it back. I put it back. Uh-oh. Sorry, Dean. Didn't mean it. Wasn't intentionally.